This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. Okay, I started this cover band presets folder specifically because folks had said, you know, where do we start with these presets? So the idea of this separate folder called cover band presets, which you can grab on Gumroad, is that it's actually made up of, you know, just a handful of presets that might be useful for some of you folks that are maybe playing these things live, or maybe want an all-in-one kind of preset to cover a lot of bases. I've set it up in a way that I would use it live, and that involves snapshots along the bottom with kind of 4 core tones, and then along the top we've got kind of some options. I'll show you that on the floor now. This preset here was made using the Fender Bassman model, which came with firmware 3.7. This has become one of my favorite models in the Helix, maybe even my favorite. If you're not aware, the Bassman circuit is essentially, I believe, what started quite a lot of different bits and pieces, whether that was the Marshall stuff like the JTM45, I think was pretty much a Bassman circuit kind of reworked around the parts that were available in the UK. I believe Dumble, a lot of his stuff was kind of modded from the Bassman circuit. Also Mesa Boogie stuck a modified Bassman circuit inside of Princeton. That's kind of how that came about. Anyway, so it's within the bass amp section if you want to check it out, but it does some really cool things. It kind of wants to be a little bit dirty, but can do some really nice edge of breakup stuff, and then for the rock stuff it really excels as well. Not a bass amp, but yeah, so cover band presets is what you're looking for on the Gumroad if you want to try these out. There are a few of them. I'll just show you now on the floor what they're going to look like and what they sound like. Hopefully the sort of thing that could maybe be useful for you if you were gigging these things. I think I'm making these with a Strat, but generally they're going to take humbuckers pretty well as well. What you might want to do is go to the compressor block and just take that down a bit if you're using humbuckers or particularly hot single coils. That would probably be where you might start for that. But yeah, the idea is that you could go from your cleans all the way to your solos and kind of just use this preset for one gig. Okay, so here's the preset in question. As you can see, I've got snaps along the bottom, 4 of them, clean, dotted, so that gives us a dotted delay, a lead for our solos, and rhythm to kind of get chunky. And then if you go under here, we've got some other bits and pieces that appear like that 80s button, which you may or may not want to use. But so our clean, could kick on. Some kind of in between bits and pieces if we wanted to. The dotted is kind of for that. If you wanted that, and that's going to be connected to your tap tempo. Then we've got a rhythm. If we want more kind of drive, we've got a Ibanez SD9 up here. And you could combine that with the Air Apparent. So that can do our kind of chunky stuff or our less chunky stuff. And then when it's time for take our solo, this one kind of kicks up the gain on the US Dripman. The settings are more or less pretty much standard here. They just sound really good. I've paired it with my IR, the JC cab. The volume comes up and the drive comes up to make that happen. And again, you could try. So yeah, just can cover a lot of bases. One of my favourite amps in the Helix, maybe even my favourite at this point. I think it's a cracker. And now my guitar's out of tune. So Cordy band presets, cover band presets. This one's the Bassman one. I'll drop that up into the folder, into the Gumroad folder. If you've already paid for that, then use the link that you got there. It'll just be in the Google Drive there. It's not in the main normal folder because these are specifically supposed to be different and easy to find and easy to figure out what I'm doing with them without too much hassle. So should sound good into the front of house, should sound good into your FRFR, should hopefully get you in the ballpark of what you maybe have been looking for if you're into stuff like me. Cheers for stopping by.